Gout Gout has done the unthinkable, breaking the 10-second barrier in the 100 metres twice in one night.
Europe just received a sprinting talent who shouldn't be flying under the radar. At only 17, Gout Gout is producing the kind of jaw-dropping speed that signals a generational star, yet almost no one has noticed his arrival. That silence won't last long. On August 23, 2025, in Queensland, Australia, Gout Gout blasted to a stunning 9.94 in the 100 meters. The time was unofficial, overlooked, and somehow barely earned a headline. Why? Let's get this out of the way. The 9.94 won't go down in the official books because it was hand-timed. The margin of error, typically 0.2 to 0.3 seconds, means it doesn't count for records. But this wasn't some practice jog. Gout's manager James Templeton said, "It's a low-key event, the GPS, school meet, but it's good to get a run in, a nice little warm-up, and shows the form he is in for Tokyo in 3 weeks." That form wasn't a fluke. It was a warning. To understand how wild this is, consider the context. Gout already ran a wind-assisted 9.99 at the national championships in April. Before that, his legal best was 10.17, set at just 16 years old. The raw speed has been there, but the consistency, that's new. And it's terrifying, because while other teens are running junior times, Gout is putting up numbers that rival full-grown Olympians. And this wasn't a one-time thing. This was Gout's second sub-10-second run in just 4 months. That alone places him in an elite category, regardless of timing method. When you combine that with his 200-meter numbers, the comparisons to sprint legends become unavoidable.
So let's watch the young superstar rise. He's flying. He will be Gout of this universe.
Earlier in 2025, Gout ran a wind-assisted 19.84 to win the 200-meter national title. Then in June, during a short European tour, he dropped a legal 20.02 at the Golden Spike meet in Ostrava, Czech Republic, breaking the Oceanian record set by Peter Norman 56 years ago. That race was his international senior debut. No nerves, no missteps, just domination. And yet, despite breaking historic records, this kid isn't even on every radar. Why? Because it's not happening in the US or Jamaica. Because the meets he's running aren't always broadcast. Because, quite frankly, the world still hasn't figured out how to take Australia seriously in sprinting. But that may be about to change. The Tokyo 2025 World Athletics Championships were the first real stage for Gout. He didn't enter the 100 meters, he's still saving that for future championships, but he did line up in the 200 meters, facing off against global stars like Noah Lyles and Letziel Tebogo. His focus wasn't just to show up, it was to belong, and from all early indications, he delivered. While the final results put Lyles on top, Gout's semi-final performance turned heads. Against seasoned champions, he looked like he belonged. His story isn't just about speed, it's about origin. Gout was born in Ipswich, Queensland, to parents who migrated from South Sudan. He's a Year 12 student at Ipswich Grammar School, balancing elite competition with school assignments. He's not just a prodigy, he's a grounded teenager with an explosive gift. His name first started buzzing in the athletics world when he ran 10.17 as a 16-year-old, the fastest ever by an Australian of that age. Since then, it's been a rapid climb, but it's the quietness of that climb that's almost more remarkable. Gout hasn't needed flashy interviews or marketing campaigns, his legs do the talking, and lately, they've been screaming. At the Australian Championships in April 2025, he stunned again, this time with a 9.99 second 100 meter and a 19.84 second 200 meter. Both times were wind-assisted and not officially record eligible, but they showcased a raw potential that was impossible to ignore. Then, in June, during a European debut at the Golden Spike meet in Ostrava, Gout ran a blistering 20.02 seconds in the 200 meters under legal conditions, shattering the Oceanian record and turning heads across the sprinting world. Finally, in August, at a low-profile school meet in Queensland, he clocked the now-famous hand-timed 9.94. Unofficial or not, it confirmed what many already suspected. This kid is for real. Most sprinters dream of going sub-10 once in their career. Gout has now done it twice, yes, unofficially, but with enough precision and consistency to suggest it's only a matter of time before he does it legally. And not just once. What makes him even more terrifying is the way he runs. Gout isn't just fast out of the blocks, he builds. Like Bolt, his stride opens up mid-race. And just like Bolt, his top-end speed is freakish. His 200-meter races in particular reveal a finishing strength that most sprinters don't develop until their mid-20s. There's also the fact that Gout is already competing against elite seniors and winning. During his Diamond League debut in Monaco, he won the under-23 200 meters with a time of 20.10 seconds, battling a minus 1.9 headwind. That kind of result shows he isn't just fast in favorable conditions. He can power through headwinds and still deliver world-class performances. He's learning how to race under pressure, in stadiums packed with seasoned professionals, and he's not blinking. And then there's the attitude. Gout is quiet, focused, confident, but not arrogant. He knows the work ahead. In interviews, he doesn't boast. He's not interested in being famous, just in being fast. His versatility is also worth noting. While most sprinters choose to specialize early, Gout is keeping his options open. His camp has confirmed he'll likely run the 100 meters at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, where the event is scheduled early in the program. That gives him the flexibility to also compete in the 200 meters or rest up for other meets later in the season. There's also the World Junior Championships in Eugene, Oregon, immediately after, making his 2026 schedule one of the most stacked of any young sprinter on the planet. Gout's calm demeanor and technical mastery on the track offer a glimpse of a long-term prospect rather than a fleeting sensation. He's not rushing for quick wins. His training regimen reportedly includes both speed refinement and strength conditioning, often with a focus on race-specific simulations to mimic competitive stress. His coaches have also noted his ability to process race footage and feedback with a maturity well beyond his years. He visualizes his races, adapts on the fly, and rarely makes the same mistake twice. That level of discipline, combined with his natural talent, gives him the rare ability to improve rapidly while maintaining poise. International analysts have already begun drawing comparisons to the rise of young sprinters like Trayvon Bromell and Johan Blake. But Gout's trajectory feels unique. His debut on the world stage hasn't been marred by pressure or injury, two of the most common derailers of young talent. Instead, he's arriving methodically, checking off benchmarks, and mastering the art of elite-level sprinting step by step. And as his confidence grows, so does the belief that he's not just fast for his age, he's fast. Period. What's next? The 2026 season is already shaping up to be a blockbuster. Gout is expected to run both the 100 meters and 200 meters at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. The 100 meter is scheduled early in the competition, giving him a clear path to rest and refocus for the 200 meter. After that, he'll head to the World Junior Championships in Eugene, Oregon. And then all eyes will be on Paris 2028. Gout Gout may not be a household name yet, but if he continues on this path, he'll soon be more than a comparison to Usain Bolt. He'll be a challenge to his legacy. This isn't hype, it's performance, and it's coming fast.
The switch feels really nice, really exciting. It's a really big challenge. That's also why I want to do it.
Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone couldn't believe it. The track world was shaken after Femke Bol, the top star of the 400-meter hurdles, made a huge move that nobody expected. On October 28, 2025, Bol announced she is walking away from the event that made her a champion. She's now turning toward one of the toughest races in the sport, the 800 meters. The news hit fans hard, and even Sydney was stunned by Bol's bold choice.
It's an absolute procession. It's a glittering gold for Femke Bol.
Femke Bol's revelation came through a calm, carefully worded Instagram post. But the calmness of her words belied the earthquake it caused in the athletics world. It's a big change. It's uncertain and challenging, but I'm ready to put in the work, surrounded by an amazing team, and enjoy this new journey, she wrote. Behind those lines was a daring career move, one that few athletes in her position would ever consider. Bol had just defended her 400-meter hurdles world title at the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo with a blazing 51.54 seconds, and now she was pivoting to an entirely new battlefield. Why? Because for Bol, domination wasn't enough. She wanted the thrill of the unknown. This isn't just a change of scenery. It's a dramatic shift in athletic identity. Bol is walking away from the comfort of a specialty she's mastered to enter an event notorious for breaking even the best. The 800 meters is a chess match played at top speed, and Bol, by her own admission, is entering as a beginner. "I think into the event I'm going really as a beginner," she said in an interview with European Athletics. "I have no clue about running it, but I'm not a beginner athlete anymore." Her fans were floored. So was her fiercest rival. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, who recently blazed a 47.78 in the open 400 meters at Worlds, knew better than anyone what Bol was capable of on the track. But even Sydney had to take a moment. It's rare to see a top athlete make a seismic shift in the middle of their dominance, yet Bol was clear. "I want to do it while I still feel at my best." That confidence isn't unfounded. Bol's speed profile reads like the blueprint of an elite 800-meter runner. She's clocked 11.47 in the 100-meter, 22.80 in the 200-meter, and holds the indoor world record of 49.17 in the 400-meter. She also ran a staggering 1 minute 5.63 seconds over 500 meters, a seldom contested distance, but one that hints at her hybrid endurance and power. And then there's the 400-meter hurdles European record, 50.95. These numbers show a rare blend of explosiveness and stamina, exactly the combination needed to thrive over 2 laps. But raw speed alone doesn't make an 800-meter champion. The event is an unpredictable storm of surges, strategy, and brutal pacing. For Bol, the challenge isn't just physical, it's mental. "The 800 meters will be really against each other," she explained. "With 400 meters hurdles, you compete against each other, but all in your own lane. It will be really a different mindset that I will need heading into a race." Still, some of the best in the sport are already cheering her on. Olympic 800-meter champion Keely Hodgkinson, who also shares Bol's agent, called the move brave and courageous, and she's eager to line up against her friend. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, the reigning 100 meters and 200 meters world champion, reportedly responded with admiration, praising Bol for taking on the challenge. Bol's transition doesn't come out of nowhere. It's been a long time coming, sparked by a conversation with her coach. After the Olympics, they both started thinking beyond hurdles. Bol spent the last year preparing mentally, slowly saying goodbye to her old identity, and now she's ready to get tactical. "I also really feel ready for new impulse, new kind of training, new kind of racing," she said. "That makes me really excited." Let's not forget, this is the same athlete who, since 2021, has racked up an almost absurd number of medals in relays and solo events. She anchored the Netherlands to a historic mixed 4x400-meter relay gold in Paris, captured individual and team titles across multiple world championships, and brought home a haul of Olympic and European medals. Her 2024 season alone saw her claim triple Olympic medals, including a 48.00 relay split in the final leg to steal gold. So what does this mean for the 800 meters? Well, the event is stacked. Keely Hodgkinson, Lillian O'Deara, Georgia Hunter-Bell, all stars with razor-sharp tactics and deep experience. But Bol brings something fresh, a fearless mindset, elite-level sprint speed, and world-class endurance. While she's still a novice in this arena, history shows that sprinters turned 800-meter runners can thrive. Just look at Jill Miles-Clark or Heike Meisner. And make no mistake, Bol isn't abandoning the 4x400-meter relay. She plans to keep that in her schedule, knowing that her experience there could even help her sharpen her 800-meter tactics. Running in packs, gauging pace, closing hard. Those are lessons learned in relays that she plans to carry forward. Still, the transition won't be easy. Bol admitted she's never even run a full 800 meters at race pace. Her longest flat-out effort has been 600 meters. That final 200? Total mystery. Yet she's putting her trust in a team that has helped her reach global dominance before. My coach, especially in the team around me, they are pretty sure about what they are doing. They are confident in where it can bring me. So that also makes me confident, she said. She's already begun adapting her training. Expect more volume, more lactic threshold work, and a different kind of suffering. Her strength, flexibility, and technical prowess from hurdles training will give her an edge. But now, she'll be exploring deeper aerobic zones and developing a new stride rhythm. The tactical chaos of the 800-meter will demand more than physical strength. It will test her instincts, patience, and racing IQ. The 800-meter is often called the most painful race in track and field, but that's exactly why Bol is drawn to it. She's never shied away from a challenge. She trains year-round, makes bold moves, and turns pressure into performance. Her 2023 and 2024 seasons alone broke world records indoors and outdoors, dominating the 400-meter hurdles and relays alike. And now, in 2026, she wants to start fresh. Not because she has to, but because she can. And what about Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone? Her silence speaks volumes. The two have pushed each other for years, breaking records and redefining their sport. Sydney's dominance in the 400 meters flat has reshaped expectations. But with Bol out of the 400 meters hurdles, a new era begins. Will Sydney follow her rival's lead and step into new events? Or will she double down and cement her legacy? One thing is certain, Bol's decision sends a ripple across the sport. It challenges the idea that athletes must stick to their lanes, literally and figuratively. It dares others to think bigger, to risk failure in pursuit of something more. She might fall short, or she might redefine the 800 meters just as she did the 400 meters hurdles. Either way, the track world will be watching. Because when Femke Bol takes the starting line in the 800 meters next season, she won't just be running a new race. She'll be chasing history. And this time, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone won't be in the next lane. She'll be in the stands, watching, waiting, and wondering if she just saw the future of track and field unfold right before her eyes.
Defending champion, kicks on the outside, Atawi trying to find space on the inside. Wanyonyi in the closing stages holding on as Sajati, the bronze medalist from Paris.
Just 0.04 of a second. That's all that separated Emmanuel Wanyonyi from losing everything he'd worked for at the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo. The 21-year-old Kenyan runner just did something absolutely incredible. He won the World 800-meter championship with a time of 1 minute and 41.86 seconds. This wasn't just any win. It was a championship record. And the craziest part? He almost lost it all in the final stretch. Let's go back to September 20th, 2025 in Tokyo, Japan. The national stadium was packed with fans. 8 of the world's fastest 800-meter runners lined up at the starting line. Everyone knew this race was going to be special. All the big names were there. The favorites, the champions, the record breakers. Emmanuel Wanyonyi stood at the line as the Olympic champion. He had won gold at the Paris Olympics in 2024. Next to him was Marco Arop from Canada, the defending world champion. Then there was Jamel Sejati from Algeria, who had been running incredibly fast all season. These 3 guys had shared the Olympic podium just a year before. Now they were about to battle again. When the gun went off, Wanyonyi did something surprising. He shot straight to the front. Here's the interesting thing though. Wanyonyi doesn't even like running in front. He said this himself, but he knows it works for him. So that's exactly what he did. The first 400 meters, absolutely blazing fast. Wanyonyi hit it in 49.27 seconds. To understand how insane that is, let me tell you something. Back in 2012, David Rudisha set the world record at the London Olympics with a time of 1 minute 40 seconds and 91/100ths of a second. His first lap, just 2/100ths of a second faster than what Wanyonyi just ran. That's basically the same speed. But running that fast comes with a price. As Wanyonyi came down the final straight, his legs started to feel heavy. He was getting tired. Marco Arop saw his chance and pulled up right next to him. The crowd jumped to their feet. Then something crazy happened. Jamel Sejati had been way back in 6th place, but coming off that final bend, he started moving. Fast. Really fast. He was passing runner after runner. He caught up to the leaders. Now, all 3 of them were shoulder to shoulder, fighting for gold. Wanyonyi looked over. He saw Sejati coming. His face showed surprise. He knew he had to dig deeper than ever before. With everything he had left, he pushed one more time. His legs burned. His lungs screamed, but he found that extra gear. The finish line couldn't come soon enough. Wanyonyi crossed first. Sejati was right there, just 0.04 seconds behind. That's less than the time it takes to blink. Arop finished third, just 0.05 seconds behind Sejati. When the times came up on the screen, everyone in the stadium went wild. This wasn't just a fast race, it was historic. All 8 runners finished under 1 minute and 43 seconds. That had never happened before in the history of the 800 meters. Never. 8 men, all breaking 1:43 in one single race. After catching his breath, Wanyonyi talked about the race. "I didn't take this race for granted. I really wanted to have a good race, a fast one, and it was," he said. He explained why he looked so surprised at the finish. "I ran a really fast first lap and it was a hard finish as well. That's why I had a surprised face after the finish." Sejati wasn't upset about getting silver. He actually seemed really happy. It was a very tactical race, he explained. Everything happened in the way I planned except the gold medal. But I'm very happy and satisfied with this silver.